You're going to need to know the most you can about how to get rolling with the right gear. So let's talk about the wheel questions. What sizes should I pick? What hardness is right for you? What terrain can I ride on? All this and more answered in today's segment. So let's go. Welcome back to WoodShed Skate Academy. You're watching Skate Tools, where we dive into everything you need to enhance your skate experience. We're going to cover a crucial aspect of your gear: skateboard wheels. To help us dive into how to pick wheels out the best for what terrain you're going to skate on, I stopped by a local skate shop with friends, WoodShed, to talk about wheels. Let's get into that. All right, first off, let's define the wheel's hardness, which is going to play a big role over all your durability, your traction, and just your overall performance on how you're going to skate different terrains. To measure hardness, we use what's called a durometer. It is a spring-loaded type of tool. It measures the difference between how soft or how hard a material is, anywhere from rubbers to plastics to urethane. We use what's known as the Shore A scale. Here's how it breaks down. Most soft wheels tend to fall in the range of 78A to 84A. Now we'll go from anywhere between 85A to about 90. The hard wheels, they tend to be from 91A to 101A. And here's an example of like a 101 type wheel, very firm and hard of dense. Now with softer wheels, they are really good for rough terrain, things that have a lot of cracks. These are really good to keep comfortability, smooth ride, and you won't have as much vibration and things that may stop you along the way. Now with your medium wheels, you're talking about probably hitting your skate park and your street at the same time without having too much give or too much pull from how firm or soft it may be. You can slide on ledges and benches, and you can also cruise down the street and not have sidewalk cracks slow you down. Now, when you find nice places like skate parks that are really smooth or things that are very, very waxed up, these harder wheels tend to be better off for you. And these are really good for power slides and things like this because the friction is not there. Now, let's talk about the size of the wheels. This is broken down in what's known as diameter. At this end, you'll see the smaller size wheels, anywhere from 50 millimeters to 52 millimeters. These are really good park skating wheels, smooth surfaces, or just really great for pulling tricks off with if you're that kind of skater. And as you move to the middle range, the medium-sized wheels, we're looking at probably around 53 millimeters to 55 millimeters in diameter. And these are really good versatile wheels for both park and street. And moving up to the higher range here in diameter, this is anywhere from 56 to 60 millimeters or even bigger if you're looking for a much more smoother and controllable thing. This is really good for speed, balance, and transitional skating. Really good if you're a filmer and not so much somebody who's trying to pull tricks. So after sizes comes the width of a skateboard wheel. Now you'll have narrow wheels all the way up to wider wheels, and we'll explain why they help you in your experience of skateboarding in different terrains. So on the first end is the narrow wheels. These are usually used in skate parks and street. They're good for technical tricks. While the other end, the wider wheels, they're providing more speed control, balance, and just more better for transitions and for filming. All right, well, let's not forget about material and shape of a wheel. This matters a lot. Depending on what surfaces you're going to encounter could make the difference in how your skate performance is going to turn out. Let's get into deeper about wheel shapes and material. Over the times, wheels have changed dramatically. They started off as metal wheels and slowly turned into hard plastics and now into the world of urethane. And they're continuously upgrading and building different formulas. So let's talk with our good friend Jeremy about different skate wheel materials. So we're here at the local skate shop, WoodShed, with our friend Jeremy here. We're going to ask him a little bit about materials and shapes of wheels over time. So Jeremy, urethane seems to be very popular nowadays. Is there anything that's different that's going on right now that has been kind of adapted in this world, or is urethane the real thing to go with?
Urethane's 100% the best material to use. Like when wheels started, there was clay, there was cast iron wheels. You buy a board from a retail location, Target, Walmart, you're looking at a plastic wheel that has some cheap filler inside the center with a very thin layer of plastic that you're riding on.
Shape of wheels. We typically have our round shape, but I've noticed that there's a few wheels out there that's been uniquely made recently. We've got ones that are kind of like wavy looking. We got some that have like a square effect to them. What do you think is the best, other than the round wheel, of course? What do you think is the best ones if you want to do unique wheels, and why would they choose something of that nature?
If you're just cruising around, you're going to go with a softer wheel. There's really no other shape to a wheel other than the edge that you're going to have. Like, this is going to be more of a techie wheel, a lot of ledge tricks, flip in, flip out, gives you more space on the hanger for your grinding. You do a wide wheel, that's going to contribute to the grippiness of the wheel. A wider wheel is always going to be grippier than a thinner wheel. The softer wheel, again, way more grippy. The board's not going to slide out. That's why you find them on a lot of cruisers and longboards. Okay. That's pretty much it. There's no other way to make a wheel other than rounds.
Round, yes. Square wheels are definitely out of style since the caveman times.
Take it easy on that skateboard, Freddy. Be careful.
Material-wise, as you were speaking of, now you said it's evolved from things like metal, clay, and all this. Has the actual inside of the wheel changed at any point in time during this process?
Yeah, you'll find, like, with a softer wheel, especially a large wheel like this here, they'll utilize a plastic on the inside, and that way they can mold the urethane around that. Okay. It'll take up space inside the wheel, so it doesn't have to be all urethane.
What's with this one here? This looks a little unique. This one has the metal rim inside of it, it looks like. Is this something that helps stabilize the wheel or make it more less vibrate?
Again, this is a softer wheel, so they'll use a harder inside. Mm-hmm. You know, like, it takes the force of your landing. So yeah, they will do that. Some wheels, like this one here, OJ uses a harder outside, as opposed to some other wheels that will use softer outside, harder inside. This way they switched it around. So far it's been a great wheel. So. All right.
And then typically, what's the size range you typically sell the most of? Is it usually in the middle range because it's just that versatile, or do you find more people just happen to deal with the terrain they're used to?
52 millimeters, pretty much the standard wheel. I do get upwards of 53, 54, mostly for street. A few people will use like a 55, 56. They pretty much go up to 60 for a street wheel. You do something like this and you're not riding a street wheel. You're going to be riding over vehicles at that point. Right,
exactly. They're monster truck wheels basically at this point. Yeah. Out of all these guys, what is your most popular sold wheel from your skate shop point of view?
Probably the Powell Dragon.
Okay.
That's going to be this here. It's a 93A. Comes in several different cuts.
Okay.
You want to skate like Andy Anderson? You can do the nano cubes.
Okay.
Again, 93A. It has your axle sits inside the wheel.
Okay.
So you don't end up with that shaved axle.
Okay.
So very popular wheel.
Most of the wheels I can tell, they're pretty much, would name brand versus, just some standard blank one. Is there any difference in there that you would have to like look up and search about or anything? Or does most wheels pretty much standard the same material and the same size build?
They're all going to be urethane, but you're going to go on your how far along you are in your skateboarding. Like, if you're just starting out, do a blank wheel.
Okay.
It's a lot less money. You're not paying for someone's name. Back years ago, Ricta wheels, this one here, their harder wheel, seemed to be a little harder than what it said. I don't know, I never put the meter on it, but a harder wheel is basically going to be what most of the guys are looking for.
Right.
The Dragons have recently came out and everybody and their brother wants them.
Gotcha.
So I think people are starting to see that there is a need for a little bit of grip. So, especially with how smooth all the skate parks are.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of new parks are definitely really smooth. And now, if I was to choose to go from skating indoor to outdoor, would that have a difference in what wheel I should use or choose from?
Well, yeah. I mean, like if you go to modern, it's mostly you're gonna have wood ramps, lines floors awfully slick. I would definitely skate like a softer wheel in there.
Okay. And now what about the difference between street and vert? Do you think there's a difference there that they would want to choose different wheels? I
would definitely use a taller wheel, probably like a 56 to 60. And I myself, the harder wheel is what I would go with.
Maybe softer wheels are better for you in different terrains. Maybe you like to do better tricks with harder wheels than softer wheels. Try to experiment and find out what works best. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for more tips and tricks. Right? Thanks for rolling with us again through another episode of Skate Tools. Remember, your local skate shop is the key to finding the wheels of your dreams. They're more than just a store. They're a connection to the skateboard community. So stop by, ask the questions, and support the people who keep the spirit of skateboarding alive. And thanks to Jeremy and WoodShed Skate Shop for helping make this episode possible. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Ranger Skate Academy for more tools to perfect your skateboarding experience. Hey, we'll see you all next time, Rangers. Thanks for tuning in to Skate Tools.